Welcome to Xbox On. Today we're bringing you 10 more gaming bargains to help you see out April with a bang. And don't forget that as of today you can pick up the radiant new Electric Volt controller. So combined with a couple of these discounted titles, it's sure to have you beaming. Today's video is presented by the Paramount Plus app, which you can download straight to your Xbox if you're one of our viewers stateside. They've got exclusive original content as well as thousands of episodes from CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon and more. Now let's start things off with one title that gives a whole new meaning to the term triple threat.
Whether you're a seasoned assassin or a newbie still waiting to take that first leap of faith, the Assassin's Creed Triple Pack is a great entry point into the series, especially at 70% off. Featuring Black Flag, Unity and Syndicate, you can journey from the smoky streets of Victorian London to the triumphant scenes of revolutionary Paris, getting up to all sorts of trouble on the seas in between. Each new chapter uncovers a little more of the mysterious battle that has been raging across history between the Assassins and the Templars. Although if you're looking to ignore the conspiracy theories and just get to sneaky stabbing, then that works too. Each one of these games features a rich, vast world for you to clamber around in, mastering your skills, building out your web of connections, and bolstering your reputation. Sort of like your social media page, only with more broadswords.
And if all that assassinating has got you hungry for more historical mayhem, For Honor could be an ideal next stop on your trip back through the ages. This third-person action game pits the finest medieval warriors from around the world against each other in clanging close-quarter combat. With 4 factions to choose from and a range of classes within each one, you're sure to find a fighter to suit your style. Whether that means skipping nimbly across the battlefield with a dagger in hand, or donning your heaviest armor and bludgeoning your way right through the thick of it. Beyond the single-player campaign, For Honor also boasts a deep multiplayer mode, with an ever-shifting battlefield and a steady progression of new heroes, including the odd familiar face from other series. And with the game now running at 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X and S, you'll be able to strike with even a deadlier precision. Now 67% off, this might be the cheapest history lesson you'll ever receive. And there won't even be a test afterwards. Score.
Of course, if there's one person we'd put up against just about any fighter in history, it's Bruce Wayne. That man has an awful lot of money and some serious personal issues. It's a pretty devastating combination. While the Arkham games have mastered the more action-packed side of the Dark Knight's professional life, he's also the world's greatest detective, and that makes him the perfect protagonist for a good old-fashioned point-and-click adventure. Not only does the Telltale series allow you to pull on the cowl and solve some crimes, it lets you decide which sort of Batman you want to be. The more straight-laced hero of his Adam West days, or the growling vigilante we've seen in darker versions of the story. The Shadows edition contains both the original series and the sequel, The Enemy Within, in their entirety, so you'll have plenty of space to figure out how best to keep Gotham safe. And at 33% off, you won't even have to break out the back credit card.
If you're not ready to come out of the shadows yet, Shady Part of Me also has a third shaved off its price tag. This puzzle platformer has you playing as a young girl who is determined to break out the asylum that she's been trapped in, and she's taking her shadow with her. Between its inherently creepy premise and dark, dingy visuals, Shady Part of Me brings the eeriness in much the same way the Little Nightmares games do, making you feel like a small, vulnerable being in a world full of things that go bump in the night. But as you make your way towards freedom by working together with your shadowy reflection, the game also acts as an effective metaphor for the therapeutic process. So whether you're looking for a thoughtful exploration of mental health, or just hoping to have the living daylights spooked out of you while solving some puzzles, Shady Part of Me has you covered.
If you prefer to hunker down even when the summer weather begins to appear, then you might fit in well in Metro Last Light. With nuclear war having long ago forced humanity to seek shelter underground, Last Light sees you clambering through the tunnels of your dark, smelly new world, which it turns out is a pretty horrifying place to be. You never know what you're going to find around the next bend. That scuttling sound could just be a rat, or it could be an irradiated monster on the lookout for its next meal. So you'd better gear up and keep your trigger finger warm if you don't want to find yourself another 6 feet under. The Redux version is the definitive edition of the game, featuring a host of DLC and a nice visual polish to help make your subterranean hellscape that much more lively. All for 85% off the original price.
It's hard to say whether former boxing champ Primo still has the eye of the tiger after losing his title and being left for dead in an alleyway, but one thing's for sure, he has the head of a duck. No, that's not actually a metaphor or the title of a hard rock anthem or anything, it's just true. He's a boxer with a duck's head. Don't ask. Now that you've hit rock bottom, it's time to climb back through the ranks and take your revenge, using the rhythm-based style of classic boxing games while learning each opponent's attack patterns is the key to victory. Pay to Box takes that mechanic and rolls with it into a noirish black and white tale that is a little like if you smashed Raging Bull together with Sin City, and then stuck a duck head on top. Anyhow, it's guaranteed to be unlike anything you'll play this year, and it's now 80% off.
500 million people can't be wrong, and they all felt like Hungry Shark World was worth downloading on mobile. Now that you can play it on your console for just half the original price, we're gonna need a bigger boat. The premise is simple. You're a shark, you're hungry, and there's a whole world full of things for you to munch on. The more you eat, the more you'll be able to upgrade your dead-eyed hero, with 30 species of sharks in 8 different size tiers for you to unlock and power up. And with 4 different watery worlds to roam, you'll be able to eat something different for every meal. Because, you know, it's important to have a balanced diet, even if you are a prehistoric killing machine.
American football is kind of like chess boxing, in that it gives you both the sophisticated pleasure of watching two sides try to outmaneuver one another tactically, and the basic thrill of seeing dudes get absolutely clobbered. Fortunately, Madden NFL 21 caters to both these interests equally well. It's the most intricately detailed version of the game yet, allowing you to micromanage your way to the Super Bowl, with an in-depth career mode and a robust multiplayer setup that will really put your strategic capabilities to the test. And it also features a brand new mode called The Yard, which strips a lot of the more tactical business and drops you straight into a frenetic game of 6-on-6 football. Madden NFL 21 has perfect balance of brains and brawn. Plus it looks absolutely gorgeous charging towards the end zone at 4K 60 on the Series X and S. It really is the full package, and you only have to pay a quarter of the original price for it.
Doubling up this week's dose of high-octane sporting action, Steep also has 50% off its price, shredded off. Unlike most sports games which direct you towards orderly tournaments and straightforward career paths, Steep basically drops you off in the middle of the Alps and leaves you to make your own fun. Which could be dull, except it's kind enough to make sure that you've got a snowboard, a wingsuit, a paraglider, and a set of skis in tow, turning the snowy region into every adrenaline junkie's very own winter wonderland. Whether you're there to pull off the sickest stunts, reach the highest heights, or cover the greatest distance, Steep provides you with a powdery playground to chase your dreams and a huge array of challenges for every sort of playstyle. So nobody will be getting left out in the cold.
While we're hopefully now moving towards clearer skies, the last year has been far from smooth sailing, so it's only natural to look for somewhere a little more tranquil to escape to. So, might we suggest a trip to Portia? It really is a town on the grow, or at least it will be thanks to you. By mining the world around you for materials and using them to craft new structures, you'll slowly be able to build Portia up from a one-horse town to a thriving society. But the great thing about my time at Portia is that it really is your time. You're free to work at a leisurely pace, exploring the world around you and getting to know the locals as you see fit. Now 75% off, a trip to Portia is essentially the ultimate staycation. And if relaxing in a virtual town isn't for you, don't forget for live sports, breaking news and a mountain of entertainment, the Paramount Plus app is now available on Xbox. Wanna know more? Then check this out.
This is not just another streaming app.
You might want to hold on to something.
This is a mountain of original, bingeable entertainment. This is chilling, unsettling, and brilliantly bonkers. This is weird and hilarious, stylish and cheeky. This is a joy to watch, a wonder to explore, and a peak TV experience. Live sports, breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment. Paramount Plus, now streaming.
Whether you're planning to spend the end of April cowering in the darkened tunnels of Metro Last Light or exploring the great outdoors in Steep, this week's collection of deals is sure to suit every kind of Xbox player. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let us know what you'll be getting up to in the comments, and feel free to hit the like button before you shoot off. Bye!